Hello, beautiful friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Spiritual Wellness. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for all of the subscribers that consistently watch these messages and comment or, at least like the video. I really appreciate that. I know I'm a very small channel. I don't advertise, I don't monetize, and I don't, I don't have programs or subscriptions to sell. Part of my mission is to bring these messages through for you. That's it. And the only time I charge any fee is if you schedule a private reading with me, which I just did one this morning, and it turned out to be beautiful. It was a twin flame reading, and I just feel like I'm still kind of steeped in that energy, so I'm going to do a twin flame reading for you. This is focusing on the divine masculine energy, because that's what that reading was about, so I feel like I'm really kind of dipped in that. Enter the Garden of Delights, which is absolutely amazing. I'm just going to say this because I started this reading, and I got a really important phone call, so I had to stop. This was the card that had come out, and I only pulled one card in that reading, and it was this one, the Enter the Garden of Delights. So it has come out twice now. It's a 28 card, which is a 10, which is a 1, which is a new beginning. So let's just see what Rumi has to say. Are you aware that sweetness is found everywhere in town? Are you aware that winter is gone and spring has come around? Are you aware that sweet basil and the carnation are whispering in the garden and laughing about how simply everything is found? Are you aware of the nightingale has come back from its flight, singing out messages of love to spread delight with every sound? Everything in the garden is granted the right from the divine court to appear for our delight. Everything is here to make the earth green and alive as a haven for our life. What remains buried in the soil will always endeavor to reach out. No one truly alive can ever be pawned to a prison or a tomb. Well, that was interesting. To come alive requires shedding so much adherence to the fear of death. The great brother whispers wisdom into your heart. You have heard it, felt it already. The fear of death is so much more terrible than death itself. You have been through so much death, dear one, around you, within you. You have known this dark angel. That's why you are so full of life. Let us celebrate. There is no delight in frozen moments long since past. Why try to feast upon such food? It will not nourish you anywhere near as deeply as fully fresh from the oven morsels of life. Come and taste all that is on offer. This is about savoring the moment, the embrace, the joy, the absolute delight of life. Don't focus on the past. It will not nourish you. Okay? I'm going to pull from the Twin Flame Ascension deck, and let's see what's going on in the Divine Masculine energy. I did pre-shuffle, but I'm going to shuffle again. I'm going to shuffle this one twice. So let's see what comes through, and then I'll pull 3 cards. That one's wanting to fall out. The Master Alchemist. This is activations that are happening right now. A violet flame activation. Clearing karma. The Kundalini activation. So these are activations the masculine are going through right now. Clearing their karma and kind of cleansing with that violet flame. And then we have this, which is life lessons. What they're going through right now is there's an awareness. There is definitely an awareness that is giving crystal clear vision. And it's basically what I'm really getting from my guides right now is that they don't feel like they're feasting in the Garden of Delights. It feels like they don't feel like they can embrace and savor each moment of life. It feels like they have to clear this situation first. They need to cleanse some of this old energy, because now they realize in order to enter the Garden of Delights, they have to clear this karma. And so they're going through Kundalini activation. The violet flame is the cleansing. I'm going to take this one. I think we saw this card yesterday. Blossoming. This is kind of their ascension step. So with this crystal clear vision, they are starting to become one with self. They are starting to become aware. The awareness is blossoming in them. That's amazing. Okay. Now I'm going to pull from each of the Denise Lynn decks, the Sacred Traveler, the Sacred Forest, and the Sacred Destiny. And so this is the Sacred Destiny. Let's see what's going on in the Divine Masculine's energy. These cards just want to come out, but they're not coming all the way. Success. Let me pull all three of these, and then I can put the energy together for you. But there's a dark. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This card doesn't belong in that deck. Strength. Ancient Oak Spirit. Maple Spirit, Generosity. Now, this is interesting because I have not pulled this card in any of the readings. So why it's in this deck, I have no idea. Maybe it was just upside down. I don't know. Strange. Gonna let it go. Generosity. Strength and generosity in this success. I feel a very heavy autumn energy. Okay. Unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. Here we have a winter. All right. Interesting. Interesting. All right. So there's something about success, but look at it's not light. It's like either a dawn, that dawn hasn't come yet, or the moon looks like the moon is out here. So this is like nighttime. So success to me seems dormant here. And you see a panther. Something about, you can just see everything seems dark. It's almost like it has not been exposed yet. It's not light yet. And then we have these two, which is very interesting. Two trees. Two trees. There's trees. There's something about the ancient wisdom. So we have oak and maple. We have a number 2 card and a 23 card. 2s are choices, and 23 is a 5, which is change. So there's going to have to be the strength to change. But I'm feeling like this is a heavily rooted energy. Like they are very deeply rooted into a certain situation. And then we have an owl here, which is wisdom. Sorry. We have an owl here, which is wisdom. And this is kind of like there's unknown territory. So maybe this making whatever choice that they're going to make here in their success, this is unknown to them yet. They haven't quite traversed this ground before. So whatever that means for your divine masculine, it's almost like there's a change. And on the one hand, it feels like this is about their current circumstance, and this is about the unknown. What's next? So it feels like there's maybe something they're deeply connected to that is calling to them. But there's not a success, and they haven't experienced this. It's almost like they haven't experienced the deep connection to their soul, the deep-rooted connection to their soul, to the divine. And that's the garden of delights, is being really in touch with your soul self. And I feel like that's what they're clearing here so that they can enter the garden of delights. And this is then what comes next. This is the change in their life. This is the profoundness that they experience as experiencing things from their soul self instead of their kind of their karmic self. Does that make sense? Let's pull some tarot on that. All right, I'm going to be using the Gilded Tarot. I just saw a card in reverse, and I usually don't, when I put my decks away, I'm usually pretty diligent. That's why it seems strange. And I had 2 cards in reverse. This one was in reverse. It wasn't mismatched in the deck. It was just in reverse. But it really needed to come out. And it's strange how we have oak and maple, both of them trees. That might be significant for somebody watching this reading. Look at there. There's the Judgment card. Ace of Pentacles. 9 of Swords. In the reverse. We've got a lot of cards in the reverse here. And Justice in the reverse. The deck is upright, just saying Lovers on the bottom. All right, we got Judgment and Justice. 9 of Swords in the reverse. And the only card that came out is the New Beginning card, the Ace of Pentacles. This is like a new... It's definitely a new cycle, but it feels like it's a new situation, a new experience in the tangible world. Is something new coming in. I'm also hearing that it could be that, there's a need for a financial revitalization. Judgment to me is karma. That's kind of like, number one, you're being called by the divine, but you have to clear the karma first, because it's very hard to elevate when you still have a lot of karmic weight, a lot of ballast from this karma. But you definitely, we see here that there is a karma clearing. This karma is being dealt with. It may not be visible yet because this is in the reverse. But energetically, the karma is being cleared. And I think I talked about that yesterday, from the 12/12 portal into the 1/1 of the new year, 2024. There's a big karma clearing situation. It's the end of the year. It's the end of the annual zodiac, not the end of the zodiac cycle, but 12/12. We just had the 12/12 portal. But this is the 12 is the end of the calendar year, and it starts a new cycle with the new year. And then we just had the new moon in Sagittarius, which is a new cycle. But this feels like in this time, there is going to be, definitely some karma clearing. And when that karma clears, the awareness comes in. And then the being one with self. And it's kind of like, this awareness starts to become more dominant, as opposed to them just, I feel like this divine masculine is operating in like a mechanical mode, like a robotic mode. It's just like get up, go to work, come home, go to bed. Get up, go to work, come home, go to bed. Get up, go to work, come home, go to bed. It's like it's such a routine that there's no sampling of the delights of life. It's just bland. It's repetitive. And it's become, I'm really feeling like that's become almost like a repetitive prison. That's what's coming through. But then we have the Lover's card in underneath with the Chariot card in the reverse and the Eight of Cups in the reverse, the Hanged Man in the reverse, King of Cups upright, and the Sun in the reverse. So this is the energies coming through. So all of these together is kind of like the divine masculine energy of, it's a reconsidering the soul connection. You know, Eight of Cups to me is always about the soul. And here we have the Chariot, the Lover's card, and then the Chariot. Like, I gotta stop and consider that there is something connected to my soul that I haven't been able to acknowledge yet, that's not come into the light, because the Sun is in the reverse. And so it's almost like that Hangman in the reverse is, I really need to consider this. And we're in Mercury retrograde right now, so it feels as though maybe this is the time that they pause and say, before I make more decisions, I really need to learn a little bit more. I need to consider a little bit more with what's alignment in my soul. It's almost like they've become aware that they're supposed to be working on what's good for their soul. That's what I'm getting from this energy. All right, let's pull from messages from their guides. Find out what's going on there. Messages from their guides. What's going on there? Taking responsibility for their actions. That's clearing karma. When you take responsibility for your actions, it helps you to face that karma and to be able to say, okay, so now I've learned, I've gained the wisdom from that. So now I don't need to repeat that cycle. So there is an energy of a whole new cycle starting, and I feel like it's going to be the beginning of the year, that this is the karma clearing. And I think I said that in yesterday's reading, clearing the karma, you know, before the beginning of the year. I feel like that's, and taking responsibility for the choices that brought that karma. Okay. What else? What else is going on? Okay. Worry is a wasted emotion. I feel like they're carrying around a lot of worry, but because death is an illusion. Now, death was talked about in the Rumi reading. They may have experienced a loss, and that's what's bringing this awareness, is like, but I don't feel they're gone, or, you know, I feel like they just transitioned. I don't feel like, you know, there's a death. Maybe that's what's creating this awareness. Well, if that's the case, then I'm a soul and I'm living in a human body. And maybe that's let go of ego. Ego death. Yeah, it feels like maybe they've had some sort of realization by experiencing a death that there's more to life than, you know, just this tangible 3D existence, that the soul is eternal. And maybe it's the holiday season. I don't know. There's some realization that's coming in that is changing their awareness. And that's when you have an ego death, that's the death of your belief systems, your old belief systems. Because part of your self-identity is based upon your belief systems. Oh, this card. We have sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul. for there you will find true bliss. That actually came out in the last reading. And all right, we'll take all these. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So I told you they're going through like dark night of the soul. You know, there's some sort of turmoil in their life that is creating that gap for the light to come through, for the awareness to be realized. The past is now behind you. New cycle. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. This is unknown territory. That means it's a new path. Follow it with faith. So even though it is unknown territory, you are exactly where you need to be because you're on a new path. Whatever this turmoil is leading them to a new path. And that is that spiritual awareness. And they can't become very conscious unless they get this awareness. So it's like baby steps to beginning their conscious awakening. Oh, look. Twin flames. Your passion ignites. So the confirmation, this is definitely a twin flame reading. All right. Let's do bottom of the decks. Uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. This is the awareness, the consciousness that is coming through. Bottom of this deck, trust your intuition. Their guides are trying to guide them. Sanctuary. Mystic meadow. Soul sanctuary space is this garden of delights. Illumination. And lastly, let go of expectations. I am enough. All right. I'm going to end it there, dear friends. Please like, share, subscribe, and let me know in the comments how this resonates with you. Until next time, namaste.